the Sons of Liberty Riders. We ride two wheels so we can be free. We're the Sons of Liberty Riders. We love our freedom and our liberty. We are the Sons of Liberty Riders. We will defend our right to be. We're the Sons of Liberty Riders. We all ride in the land of the free. Stand up and salute the flag. Be a patriot now, not a drag. Stand right up and speak your piece. You don't love this nation, it's time to leave. We ain't gonna let no corrupt judge dictate to us about the Lord above. We ain't gonna let no law enforcement spit on us without recourse. We are the Sons of Liberty Riders. We ride two wheels so we can be free. We're the Sons of Liberty Riders. We love our women and our liberty. We are the Sons of Liberty Riders. We will defend our right to be. We're the Sons of Liberty Riders. We all ride in the land of the free. Stand up and salute the flag. Be a patriot now, not a drag. Stand right up and speak your piece. You don't love this nation, it's time to leave. We ain't gonna let no corrupt judge dictate to us about the Lord above. We ain't gonna let no law enforcement spit on us without recourse.
That's right.
We are the Sons of Liberty Riders, and we are doing what we love best. We're the Sons of Liberty Riders. You can put us right to the test. We are the Sons of Liberty Riders. We may be knocking at your door. We're the Sons of Liberty Riders. We defend the Bill of Rights now and evermore. Sons of Liberty Riders.
Hey guys, you must be Popeye.
I am.
Hey, my name's Buddy.
Hey there.
Geezer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Buddy. How can we help you guys?
Well,
This is Ivan. How you doing?
we
It's Popeye and Geezer.
our motorcycle club, we operate as a news organization for
I'm
bikers,
filming.
and we also we're political activists, and we represent all bikers. And when somebody asks us a question, we say, well, we'll go ask.
Okay.
And so what we have going on now is, I guess it's the gang unit. I guess they're taking bikers in over here, and the rest of them over minor traffic violations, like turn signal, you didn't put your foot down long enough, you didn't do this, that. But anyway, they're getting hauled to jail, they're getting fined, and regardless of who they are, they've got jobs, they've got families, and and so anyway, we thought we'd come and ask, what's going on? Is it because of CCP 61.02, the criminal code procedure, all this stuff? I mean, we study this stuff, we know it.
Good. Yeah, everybody needs to be educated. That's for sure.
That's exactly right, and we are.
Yeah.
And so some controversy over the CHL on the application. It does not ask you whether you are a criminal, have ever been a criminal, or a member of a street gang.
Or planning on it.
Of course, right. Or since we know that motorcycle clubs are not street gangs, not in the sense of real street gangs.
Sure.
So anyway, we thought we would come and just ask.
Okay. Well, I would, to address your question and answer it properly, I need to speak with gang and just see if they're running some kind of initiative or something like that. I can tell you, I used to work in traffic, and what we try to do is keep our citizens safe. If there's people that are up to no good, in other words, that they're looking for trouble, they've gone around, whether it be the same house several different times, and there's so many scenarios you can put out there. What we try to do is not have victims in our city. Nobody wants.
Wait a minute.
Did he say he's trying to keep our citizens safe? Safe from motorcyclists? Safe from motorcycle clubs? The Fort Worth gang unit and others were taking people to jail for minor traffic violations, something that doesn't happen to the general public. But let's listen some more to him.
You know, you don't want anything stolen from you. You don't want whatever the crime may be. But so what I'm saying is that it depends on each and every situation. So if you're asking me to address all traffic stops or all stops for bikers, I can't do that.
We know that you know, hey, the average person out here gets stopped. He's not going to jail for
turn signal.
failing a turn signal. He's going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
And really, that's what should be happening here.
Yeah.
In my view, because I am a political wonk.
Sure.
I believe in the Constitution.
And I can't speak for all of them, but some of them were on their way home from work.
Yeah.
And they got
and it is Fort Worth.
Yeah,
Yes.
It is Fort Worth. I'll have to ask and
it's
see.
not the only one.
Yeah.
Parker County's doing the same thing, and we just left there.
Okay.
So I mean, we're just said, hey, let's go ask.
No, you might as well, right? I mean, if
It
you're curious
doesn't
about
hurt
something, you might as well go ask.
It doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah,
to
and that's
communicate
true.
with each other.
Yeah.
And you know, and just say, hey, look.
Yeah.
We've got this stuff going on, and everybody looks to us.
Yeah.
And for answers. And so, you know, we try to give them answers.
Well, I can tell you this, and going back to my traffic days, I came out of DWI, and I will tell you, we have never sat in a roll call or anything like that to say, let's go stop any bikers for everything and take them to jail. And not just bikers, but anybody. We don't want to take people to jail for just minor violations.
They overhear that while they're sitting in the squad cars. We're told to do this. Blah, 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 blah. This, you know.
Well, I would need to know where that information is coming from so I'll know who to actually address because, I mean, it's okay to say it randomly, but if you have solid stuff you can give me and I can at least ask and gather that information for you, that's what I'd love to do. I'd love to get the question answered for you. There's no reason you should be curious about something in our city and not have an answer for it. And I'd love.
And that's where getting information from you when you are stopped, when you are profiled, when you are taken to jail for a minor traffic violation, we need to know the details because I guarantee you we will go and ask and let them know what we have to say about it. What we have to say about it. Now, I probably misspoke there, not that we represent all bikers, because we certainly don't. Every biker has their own mind. But we feel it's our job as constitutionalists, when we see an injustice going on, to speak up. Whether it's at a rally or whether it's going knocking on their damn doors and asking what the hell is going on. Let's continue.
I'd love to give you that answer. If you know somebody that got stopped and you can give me the site that had this actual circumstance happen, they got stopped, simple violation, and they cash bonded them, which is what it's called.
Yeah,
and if you have that.
When they went before the judge, the judge sitting there and he's going, I don't even know what I'm charging you with.
Yeah.
You know, you've been here overnight.
Yeah.
One of them got out on time served. The other one had to pay $141.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Because, and again, I can only speak from my point of view when I was in traffic and able to stop vehicles, you know, all the time. Not just for simple stuff, but for actual traffic violations or whatever the violation may be. Driving while intoxicated, whatever. But I can tell you, we have never been put on an assignment to just go stop and take them to jail. As a matter of fact, when we cash bond somebody, which is what you're talking about, we actually have to get like a sergeant's approval or something like that. Now, I've never worked in gang, but you're telling me it's specifically the gang unit? Is that what you're saying? Okay, and so what I would need, kind of like...
In this particular case, 2 weeks ago, that's...
What I would recommend you do, I'm going to give you my phone number, okay? And what I would recommend you doing is talk to the person that actually got stopped and give me that citation number or that citation so I can look and see who was the one that actually pulled him over and see if there was a reason behind it. Because right now, you're giving me information that I don't have anything solid in front of me, and I just have to speak on it.
Hearsay and all that.
No, and I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying I want to give you an educated answer and a proper answer.
Let me say this right now.
Sure.
There is no motorcycle club out there, any of them, that is asking anyone to harm a police officer ever. I've talked to them all. We talk to them all the time. And there's nobody advocating that kind of stuff like the BLM. That group should be arrested.
Okay.
I mean, because they do advocate that.
Okay.
And it's just, they understand you've got a job to do. They understand the scope of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've talked to them all.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And it's just, and they are getting tired of spending their time in court.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah. Well, that's the best I can do for you is to give you my phone number or my email and have you give me that information so I can actually dig into it. And I'll give you my card as well, sir. It is Popeye, even on your card.
Yeah.
Even on your card. Fantastic. Let me give you my card.
His phone ringer is Popeye the Sailor.
Is it? I may call you just to see who it is. Okay, sir. This is my name here, just how I introduce myself, buddy.
Okay.
And that's going to be my mobile phone number right there. And that.
Here we go, everybody. Like and share if you would. I thought you might think that is interesting. We started that a little bit early. There we go. Okay, let's there we go. The mouse was hiding. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Texas Biker Radio number 471. Texas Bikers across the nation and the world. This is Popeye and Popeye Live. And so you guys, things got kind of changed up on us tonight. And we were supposed to have NAPA on tonight, and he is on grandchildren duty. So there's nothing more important than your grandchildren. That's what we're talking about. Let me get those off. Man, I'm going to switch something here just so I can know what's going on with it. There you go. Man. Yeah, things got switched up on us, so, it is what it is, and we have to adapt. But I'll tell you what happened with that police officer there that was talking to me. That was a Fort Worth PD information officer. So we decided after their gang unit over there was kind of going haywire and profiling people and taking them to jail and making threats at bikers, even bikers from out of town, severe threats, I might add. So we decided to go over to the Fort Worth Police Department, find the information officer, bang on his door, and ask them, just what is going on. Just kind of let them know that somebody cares about what's going on when this stuff starts happening, whether it's in Fort Worth, Parker County, Waco, Austin, or even Milam County, which we're going to be talking about in a minute. And the list runs on and on. El Paso, for instance. San Antonio. Ellis County. Yeah, the list runs on and on of this rash of profilings we had. Now, it's still going on. It's still going on. And so one reason I wanted to play that is to hear what he said, and he said he would look into it if I had all the information. Well, I did not have all the information because it wasn't given to me, all of it. Just that it happened. So it's really important when you report an incident to make sure you give us all the information. And you're right, Jerry, Colleen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's so important that we have all the information, where, when, who, all that kind of stuff. And, I'm waiting on one now. Said he would send me the information, and I know everybody's busy. But man, when you report it to us, make sure you get all the information you can to send to us so we can help, or so we can go investigate it. And like you saw there, we're not afraid to go bang on their damn door and say, what's the matter with you? You're not doing this to the general public. That's what we're saying. And to stop you when it's not necessary, just so you can ask a few questions over something that's our constitutional right to wear a cut, to wear a patch, all this other stuff. Yeah. So we got a list of things that are wrong with those kind of stops. And yes, they are, like we said, CCP 61.02 mandates that they do those stops in cities that are over a certain size. And of course, the DPS don't give a damn. They'll stop anywhere, everywhere, no matter what size. So, man, where I want to start. Cameron, Texas, which is Milam County, Texas. We're going to be sending out we're going to be purchasing our first news article to let them know that we're going to be coming October 3rd. And yeah, this is about the veteran biker, 24-year Army veteran, combat veteran. And we're going to be making a video here over the next week that's going to explain to you everything about this case and what's going on with it. We're going to be doing this, and it's either going to make your blood boil or let me say this. This is something that every veteran should be concerned about. This is something that every biker should be concerned about. This is something that every Second Amendment advocate should be concerned about. And let me say this, everybody. During the Obama administration, and I'm going back a ways, during the Obama administration, us veterans were labeled as potential domestic terrorists. But on top of that, they were labeling Tea Party members potential domestic terrorists. And yes, like I told you, I even received threats from the IRS over being a Tea Party president here in Arlington, Texas. You can bet we are in a database somewhere. And now with the digital information that's out there and ways to collect this information, we're probably all in some kind of category in somebody's database. That's the truth of it. We're all in a database somewhere, labeled in some way. And it should make your blood boil. It should. And it should have you concerned. Because there are people now, not that there hasn't been, because the DPS and other law enforcement, like the FBI, will put you into a database, whether it be a gang database or some other database. We hear that some cities have their own databases. We don't know how many databases there are out there. But anyway, you can be put into these databases with absolutely no due process. You will not even know you're in a database. And you may have never committed a crime in your life just because of what you're wearing, who you associate with, what political party you belong to. The list runs on and on of the different categories that are out there. On and on. Now, I've been doing this political stuff now for 16 years, since I retired. You know, I keep seeing things getting worse and worse and worse. But what's particular disturbing about Milam County, and I don't want to give away too much here because I want you to watch the video when we get it done. I want you to watch it so that you will understand what's going on, what has happened over the last 3 years, and where we're at now, and why. And really, the thing is really, really simple. It's really simple. And we'll be telling you about it. Like I said, I don't want to give it all away tonight, because I want you to tune in and watch that video. We'll post it here. We'll be working on it next week to make sure we got all the bases covered so you understand what's going on in that county, what's going on in that courtroom, and what's going on between the judge and the prosecutor. That's what we want you to understand. And it's also what we're going to want the citizens of Milam County to understand. And all the surrounding counties down there. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be interesting. But, you know, hey, man, it's upsetting. It's what it is. Especially as a veteran, to see this happen to another veteran. And especially a veteran that's had such a stellar Army career. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, you know. And, you know, it's in my view and many other people's view that if you've gone and served your country, you've done your time, you've been to one hellhole after the other, you can be in any damn motorcycle club you want to be in. No matter what percent they are. No matter. The only time it should matter to law enforcement is if you were involved in some kind of crime. not just because you belong. And let me say this one more time, everybody, one more time, and help me pass this around the world. There is no motorcycle club in this country that's banned from existing. Not one. Not one. Our law enforcement agencies need to understand who their enemies are. And it's not motorcycle clubs. Oh, sure, they bump heads every once in a while, or somebody goes out there and does something they shouldn't do. But you know what? That's in every part of our society, including law enforcement, everybody. Including law enforcement, who commit more crimes than all the motorcycle clubs put together in a single year. That's the truth of it. And I have no doubt right now, with everything that's going on in this country, with everything that's being smuggled across the border, I have no doubt that somebody in law enforcement is on the take. And by that, I mean turning a blind eye to whatever's going on. And they're having a payday. I guarantee you, everybody. If you can't beat them, join them. That's just an assumption on my part, because we see no action being taken. We see I mean, right now, today we heard that Abbott is now having a problem because the federal government saying, hey, if these people are coming across the border, you're going to arrest them, you're profiling them. I heard something to that. I haven't read it yet, but I heard that's what was being said. Guess what? Hello, everybody. They're being profiled, and the federal government's upset about it? Really? Really? I don't know why. If they are profiling, it should be equal. You got all kinds of ethnicities crossing across the border. All colors. I've seen black people. I've seen brown people. Sorry, everybody, I'm losing my voice. You saw that in the video. But, yeah, even white people from different countries, I mean, everybody's on their way here from around the world. You know, I've even told you that, you know, we can't take care of the world. There's not enough money in this country to take care of the world. We will go broke. And that's where we're headed if this doesn't get stopped. But, of course, that's the plan, everybody. That's the plan. You see, Brain Damage says if they cross the river in a boat, there's no profiling needed. Maybe they're sailors. So, anyway. Yeah, so we got that going on. So you know what? Greg Abbott has told us he would surge the DPS and other law enforcement agencies to the borders, and in an effort to slow this down. I see zero effect so far. That's one reason I wanted to have NAPA on tonight. I wanted to ask him if he's seen any police officers surging the border. Who knows? We may have to go down there and look for ourselves. Maybe make a little trip. Although that trip would be like going through 2 or 3 states. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Lisa Lee says, we are already broke. How far in debt are we? Well, I'll look it up tonight and let you know next broadcast. But it's a bunch, and they're wanting to spend more, everybody. Yeah. Wanting to spend trillions. wanting to spin us into oblivion. Yeah. Oh, it's Senator Graham today. Oh, man, I've got a video of that, too. Senator Graham today was on, see, what's the gentleman's name? I think his name's Sellar. He's from the 28th District. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot this, guys. Here's what NAPA sent me last week. If you're kind of queasy, turn your eye for a minute. And we'll put this in the queue. He told me these people are dying out in the desert. Here's one here. And looks to me, it looks like his throat is cut. I'm not sure. Is that what you guys see? Wow. Wow. Everybody getting a look at that? 28 trillion in debt? Well, okay, here's the other one. Now, one of these guys, NAPA said, fell from a cliff trying to cross the mountains. I can't imagine that I don't know what that thing is he's got on there, some type of oxygen bottle. And I don't know what he's been doing. He's got his pants unzipped, but who knows? That's the reason he fell. Anyway, yeah, Ghost Eagle, didn't that look like his throat was cut? Could be a necklace. That's true. That's true. Maybe I'll blow that up later and see if I can tell. Not that I'm that curious, you know. But, yeah, let me do this other thing here. Switch it around. And here we go. Now, this is Senator Graham from earlier in the day, and I guess, you know, well, let's listen for a second. Here you go, everybody. Oh, I got to change my sound thing. Now, here we go.
Police chiefs, NGOs, mayors, and it's pretty bad. Congressman Cuellar has done everything he knows to do to try to get the nation's attention to the problems facing the 28th Congressional District in Texas. We're letting you down. The nation as a whole is letting you down. What's going on in your district is bad for the country. Only God knows what the illegal immigrants experience getting to our country. And the people who live in your district are literally under siege. And I'm going to have Henry start this off by explaining the nature of the problem.
Wait a minute. Let me say something right there. He doesn't know what the people are experiencing coming in from Mexico. First of all, from what we're hearing, they're paying these coyotes like about $6,000 a pop to come across the border. Others are walking across the border and let into the country by guess who? The Border Patrol, the DPS, and then they're given money, they're given housing, and some of them are even have money and nice clothing before they get here. But I digress. Let's keep going.
I spent about 45 minutes listening to all aspects of the community in the 28th District. I will be going down there trying to help you fix a problem that affects everybody else in America, because most of the people that come through your congressional district are sent to the interior of the United States, so it really is a problem for all of us. But finally, I just want to say I've been here for quite a while now, since 1995. I've never known anybody who is willing to speak truth to the power better than you, Henry. We have a Democratic administration. Tried to work with President Trump. I had my dust-ups, but you've done it in the right way. You've been respectful, but I want to be an ally in trying to get some relief to the people of your district. So
Senator, thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you. I appreciate all the good work you've always done on immigration reform, and I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with you and going down to the district too also. We just had a phone call, because I've always told the administration, look, I'm a Democrat, it's a Democrat administration, and I've been very respectful about the administration. All I said, look, you don't have to listen to me. I want you to listen to the border communities, and I want you to listen to the men and women of DHS, their families. This weekend, I just spent about 3 hours with agents and their families and their chiefs there, and especially their families. And they don't need pats in the back. They need help down there on the border. Today, we had a phone call, and I want to thank the senator and his staff for being there, because I want people to hear from my local communities. I want you to hear. So we had folks from Hidalgo County, which is where most of the epicenter is. We had a county judge, county commissioners, mayors, police chiefs, and other folks there. We went to Starr County, same thing, county judges, commissioners, cities, mayors, sheriffs, Zapata, and of course Hidalgo. And you heard, Laredo, you heard Webb County, and the mayor is very passionate, Mayor Sines and other folks, Chief Landina and other folks. So I want people to hear from the local communities. And again, look, these are, and I emphasize, mainly South Texas, Hispanic, Democratic elected officials saying we need a pause and we need some help down here at the border. We're very compassionate. We understand. Most of us, come from families from Mexico. My father was born in Mexico, Guerrero, Tamaulipas, became a legal resident, became a naturalized citizen. They follow our procedures. And what they see, there's a underground tension in many ways in the Hispanic community saying, hold it, we followed this procedure, we follow these steps, and we're seeing people just come in. And I think you heard from folks that were saying also, hey, we're concerned about this overcapacity. What is the end game here? You heard about how they're going to parks. And so when families want to go out there, what do we happen? You saw what happened in La Jolla, where they released people without even saying, and it was not Border Patrol, it was a local NGO, and not telling the folks in La Jolla what was happening down there. And you hear there, you hear about safety concerns.
Let me say this, everybody. Bottom line is they're being overrun. Now, these are Democratic-run cities. They're on the border. No shortage of Democrats. And they're being overrun. Their hospitals are gonna be full if they're not already. These illegals that they're storing in these hotels and on these military bases are running rampant through the city. Like they said, they found a family in a Whataburger the other night. They had COVID, and they're in there eating with the citizenry of those cities. Now, this is a recipe for disaster. Everybody's yelling about the spikes that are happening with COVID across the nation, and yet they're telling us too they're bringing these illegal aliens in, illegal immigrants, migrants, however you want to say it. They're bringing them in, they're getting them past the border quickly, and then they're spreading around the country. But let me tell you, they're really spreading them around Texas is what they're doing. There's going to be no shortage of them left behind in Texas. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. These people down there on the border are begging for help. Law enforcement, the cities. I don't understand why this state, this sovereign state that Greg Abbott tells the federal government to kiss our ass and we'll take care of ourselves. And when they find these people and where they're being stored, quarantine them, get your county health officials to go and do their jobs. These people shouldn't be entering our country untested, unchecked as to who they are, what disease they might be carrying, and so on and so on, and what bad guys might be among them. Because I don't believe they're being checked. What's being done is they're being scurried past the border and into the country, into the interior of the country. And I do believe it will be especially in red states. So we've got a job to do. We've got to put pressure on our politicians, and you're going to be in on some phone calls. I got a lot to do next week. I'm going to get my rest this weekend because we've got a lot to get done next week. You're going to be in on the phone calls I make. And we've got to do our video about Milam County. And you know, it's the least we can do to make a phone call. That's not that much. Takes maybe 5 minutes to look up their number, and maybe a total of 10 minutes to make a call. And to do it once or twice a week to keep the heat on these elected officials. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? What is the future for our grandchildren if this continues? And let me say one other thing, everybody. One other thing. The Texas Democrats that went to D.C., they were given a thrill this week. They were given a pep talk by their idol. Guess who that would be? Bill and Hillary Clinton. You know, the same Hillary that the people on the nutty side of our movement is saying was executed. But yeah, they were giving a pep talk, so I'm sure they're all feeling good, and I hope that everybody sent them a care package full of crap. They need to get home and start doing their job. You need to call their offices, tell them they're wasting their time, get home, come and make the best deal you can, and do your job. They're making $212 a day per diem, and they're not working. They're not working. And they're asking you for a care package. How sick is that? How sick is that? Our state is being overrun by the federal government. How sick is that? Our courts are corrupt. How sick is that? The FBI, the NSA, Homeland Security, and now our military are corrupt as hell. How sick is that? They're all going woke, baby. They're all going woke. And let me say one thing. The Blow Olympics, that's what I call them. The Blow Olympics, man, they're taking it on the chin, everybody. They're losing money big time. There's nobody in the stands. It is a sad, sad picture of what's going on over there. You know, and the way I look at it, most of those kids that are trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, most of them have money. They really do. You know, of all the money that's being wasted by these billionaires that have more money than other countries do, all the good they could do for our cities, for our black communities, to help bring things along in this country, the jobs they could provide. Just think about it. And they're pissing money away on trying to control everybody. They're pissing money away on vaccines that they know nothing about. They're pissing money away thinking they're going to cool the earth. They don't need to be messing with any of that stuff. The earth is what it is. It's like I told you the other day. The earth is 4,500 trillion years old. Or billion, I think it's billion. I'll look it up. I'll say it again next week. I think it is billion. 4,500 billion years ago. Yeah. Wow. It'll be here long after we're gone. Don't worry about the earth. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We may not be, because we got too many stupid people trying to do things they shouldn't do. Mess with things they shouldn't mess with. Hey, how about the coronavirus, for instance? Jacking with bat viruses. Yeah. Thank you, China. Thank you, Dr. Fauci, who, by the way, is sending out so many mixed messages. Nobody trusts them anymore. Nobody. With that, everybody, we'll be on Tuesday night, OG and I, next Tuesday night, talking about events of the day. And I'm sure something will happen between now and then. Hey, as we go into August, everybody get prepared. We do not know what's going to happen. But let me say this. The other side has everything working in their favor if we don't stand up. If we just let it happen, it will happen. With that, this is Butch Popeye Moss. Good evening, everybody. Have a great weekend. Hydrate here in Texas. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.